up there, kha, behind in the throat, behind there, the top part of the throat is where we pronounce kha from. Kha, kha, khi, khu. So yadkhu, yadkhu, khu, khu. That sound has to be there. Khu, not ku, ku. Ku is a different letter. It is kaf. Here we have kha. So yadkhu, khu, khu. That is how we pronounce the letter kha. Yadkhu, khu, khu. Yadkhu, khu. Okay, it's a little scrubby. Yadkhu, khu. Okay, then comes the letter lam. As we mentioned, lam is pronounced using the tip or the top tip of the tongue. Then after lam, we have waw, which is sakin, so it becomes a mad letter. And the mad that we have here is mad al-tabi'i, which is the original mad. It is 2 harakat long. So yadkhulu, yadkhulu, lu, lu, yadkhulu. Then we have the letter noon, as we mentioned, top tip of the tongue. Na, na, ni, nu, yadkhuluna, يدخلون ورأيت الناس يدخلون. Then comes the word fi. Fa is pronounced using the lips, as we mentioned, and then ya sakin, which is a mad letter for 2 harakat long. Fi, fi. Then the word dini, dini, the first letter we have dal. Dal is pronounced using the top tip of the tongue. Then comes ya sakin, again mad al-tabi'i. Then comes noon, again the top tip or tip of the tongue. Then comes the word Allah. Allah. Here the word Allah will be pronounced in a light manner. Why? Because there is a kasra. The last vowel that is coming before the word Allah is a kasra. And as we said before, kasra leads to heaviness. Kasra leads to heaviness. I'm sorry. Kasra leads to lightness. Kasra leads to lightness. So that's why the word Allah will be pronounced in a light manner. In a light manner. So we'll say fi dinillahi. Fi dinillahi. Nillahi. Not ninillahi, but dinillahi. In a light manner. In a light manner. ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله في دين الله في دين الله Allah, but we say in a light manner because of the kasra before it. في دين الله, right? And then the last word we have here in the second ayah is أفواجا. أفواجا. But since we're stopping there, we pronounce it as afwaja. Now, the first letter is Hamza, which is Hamzatul Qata, and Hamzatul Qata, it should not be, it should be known to everyone by now, which is always pronounced, and is you pronounce using the bottom of the throat. The second letter we have is Fa, which is pronounced using the lips, as we mentioned before. Then the letter Waw, also pronounced using the lips, Wa. Then comes the letter Alif, and Alif is a mad letter because it is sakin here. So we'll say F, Wa, 2 halakat long, maddu tabi'i. Then the letter Jim, using the middle of the tongue, as we mentioned before. Jan, Jan with tanween. But since we're stopping, as we know the ruling of stopping, whenever we have fatha tanween at the end, when we want to stop, then from the 2 fathas, 1 fatha remains there, and the other fatha becomes an alif. So that's how we stop there. Afwajan becomes afwaja. Afwajan becomes afwaja if we stop there. If we stop there. But if you don't stop and we continue, I'll say afwajan fasabbih. Afwajan fasabbih. Okay? But since we're stopping there, we'll say afwaja. أفواجا ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا أفواجا ورأي two حركات long mad letter with a second ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا أفواجا Good. ورأيت الناس ورأيت الناس ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا أفوا أفوا أفواجا ما شاء الله ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا Let's go back to the first ayah إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح When we say Nasrul, the word Allah, we have to make sure the sound is not going to the nasal. إذا جاء نصر الله not نصر نصر الله والفتح نصر الله والفتح وال إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا أفواجا ما شاء الله جزاك الله خيرا. Let's move to the third ayah, the last ayah. The first word we have is فسبح فسبح. The first letter is fa. Fa is pronounced using the lips. As we mentioned before, sin, sa, pronounced using the top tip of the tongue. And the tongue has to remain inside and not come outside. Sa. And then comes the letter ba with a shadda. So fasabbih. Fasabbih. Whenever a letter has a shadda, we consider that letter as if it is two times. So the first time it is with a sukoon, the second time it is with the vowel. So fasabbi, 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 two times. Fasabbi. Okay? Not fasabi, no. Fasabbi. So the Fasabbi, and the last letter we have here is the letter ha, which is pronounced using the middle of the throat. It is hard for a lot of us, but it comes by practice. It comes, inshallah, by practice. So fasabbih, fasabbih, ha, hi, hu, middle of the throat. Ha, hi, فسبح فسبح. Okay. The next word is bihamdi. First letter B using the lips. B, ba, B. And the second letter ha again using the middle of the throat. Third letter meme again using the lips. And the last letter in the second word is the letter dal. The letter dal pronounced using the top tip of the tongue. Da. فسبح بحمد da di do da di do, and here is di, so bihamdi di. فسبح بحمد فسبح بحمد فسبح بحمد. Now the next word ربك. Ra here is a heavy ra because of the fatha that is on top of it. Now the second letter is ba. Again, we have a tashdid on ba. So Rabbi, Rabbi. Ba is two times because of the tashdid. Rabbi. The first time is with sukun. The second time is with the vowel. Rabbi, Rabbi. The third letter is kaf. Kaf is pronounced using the back of the tongue touching the hard palate on top. The hard palate on top. So the back of the tongue is rising up and touching the hard palate on the top. Ki, ka, ku, ka, ki, ku, ka, ka. So fasabbih bihamdi rabbika, 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 ra, rabbika, ka, not qa, but ka, ka, light, ka. The next word is wow, wow with the fatha. So wa using the lips, wa. Then we have istaghfir with hamzat al-wasl. So the hamzat al-wasl here, hamzat al-wasl, as you know, it is not always pronounced. It is always only pronounced if we start with it. So here, since we're not starting with it, we won't pronounce it. Next letter is seen, seen again using the top tip of the tongue. Then the letter ta, again top tip of the tongue. Ghain, ghain is pronounced using the throat. Ghain is pronounced using the throat. To be exact, the top of the throat. The top of the throat. And ghain is heavy and smooth. Heavy and smooth. Was tell, 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 gha, gha, ghi, gu. Tell, tell, tell. Then the next letter is fa, fa, using the lips. Then ra, ra is here, sakin. And the ra here will be light. And the reason is going to be light is because the first of all, it has a sukoon. So whenever a ra has a sukoon, what we do to look if it is heavy or light is we look at the letter before it. If the letter before it has a fatha or dhamma, then the ra is heavy. And the letter before ra sakin has a kasra, so the ra becomes light. Here we have a kasra, so that's why the ra will be light. So we'll say wastaghfir, fir, not fir, not fir, but fir, fir. And then the last letter is ha. Since we're stopping on it, so the ha will become sakin. The dhamma hu will change to sukoon because we're stopping there. So we will say wastaghfir. Remember, the sound of ha is still there at the end. It is a little hard to join or to pronounce ra sakin with ha sakin. Two sakin letters, two letters with sukoon at the same time, it is a little hard. The last letter to pronounce the last letter completely, it is a little hard, but it comes by practice. It comes by practice, inshallah. So wastaghfir. The sound of ha is still there at the end. So you have to make sure you're pronouncing it. Wastaghfir. Not wastaghfir. Fir. No. Wastaghfir. Sound ha is there. Wastaghfir. واستغفر فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره واستغفره ta light ta and ghain heavy tell واستغفره واستغفره فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره. Remember the ha sound is still there. واستغ Ghain is not, we don't stop on ghain. Ghain is smooth. واستغ flowing. Tag, not tug. تغفر فر ha sound at the end. فر واستغفر فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره واستغفره تغفره فره 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 واستغفره فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره. Okay, mashallah. Now the last part of the ayah is the word we have innahu. The first letter is hamzatul qata', so it is always pronounced I, coming from the bottom of the throat. The next letter is noon. Noon has a shadda. It has a tashdid here, so noon will have a ghunna. Noon will have a ghunna, as we said. Whenever noon or mim have tashdid or have shadda, we do ghunna for 2 harakat long. Ghunna is the nasal sound. The nasal sound for is a lengthening nasal sound for 2 harakat long. Inna, that is ghunna. And then the letter ha with a waw sakin, with a waw sakin. So ha dhamma waw sakin becomes who 2 harakat long. Who mad tabi'i, or if you go into details, it is mad sghila sughra, mad sghila sughra. So let's consider mad tabi'i to not get confused, inshallah. Innahu, innahu. Then the word kana, very easy. Kana, kaf, from using the back of the tongue, touching the hard palate on the top. Ka. Then comes the letter alif, sakin, which becomes the mud letter. So ka, 2 harakat long. Ka. Then noon, kana. Then comes the word tawaban. 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 The first letter is ta, using the top tip of the tongue. Then the letter waw, using the lips. And we have to keep in mind that waw has a tashdid, shadda. So tawwa, tawwa, as if waw is twice. Tawwa, tawwa. Make sure we're not stopping in the middle. It's continuously flowing. Tawwa, not tawwa. No, tawwa. With an alif sakin after it, so it becomes مد الطبيعي. توا 2 harakat long. توا توا. Then letter ba again from the lips. Ba. It is tanween here, fatha tanween, fathatain. But since we're stopping there, fatha tanween changes. The one fatha remains there, and the other fatha changes to alif, so it becomes tawwaba, tawwaba. 2 harakat long. Tawwaba. Innahu kana tawwaba. إنه كان توابا. إنه كان توابا. إنه كان توابا. You have to make sure the sound of wow is not going to the it's not taw, but tawaba. إنه كان توابا. فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره. فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره. واستغفره. فره. إنه كان توابا. Let me recite with you the whole surah and then we will accept the calls inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح.
إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح.
You can make the hamza clear. إذا جاء إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح.
إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح.
ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا.
ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره.
إنه كان توابا.
إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, beautiful. Now, inshallah, we'll be accepting calls. If anyone would like to join and recite, inshallah, I'll be listening to your recitation and telling you any necessary comments, inshallah. So, inshallah, you can call the number that you see on the screen, and I'll be able to accept your call and listen to your recitation, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Do we have anyone on call, Brother Adi?
Yes, there are two.
I'll recite if you can hear me.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Who is this?
This is Omar.
Brother Umar, mashallah. From where?
I'm just calling in to check something, but I'm calling from Dallas.
Okay, mashallah, from Dallas. Okay, mashallah. So you can start your recitation.
Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره واستغفر.
The ra is light. Fir.
واستغفر.
Okay, and also the last letter is ha, so the ha sound has to be a little more clear. واستغفر.
واستغفر. إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, beautiful recitation, Brother Omar.
بارك الله فيك.
May Allah reward you. Okay, who else do we have on the call? Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Who is this? Is this Umair?
Yes.
MashaAllah, good to hear from you again, Umair. How are you doing? How's your family?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Good to hear from you, Umair. You can start your recitation.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, beautiful recitation. If you can pay attention to the word wastaghfir, if you can make the ha, the last letter ha, more clear, please. فسبح.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر
واستغفر.
واستغفره
فر.
فره.
Yeah, very good, MashaAllah. Again, فسبح.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره
MashaAllah. إنه.
إنه كان توابا.
Beautiful recitation, MashaAllah. May Allah reward you and may Allah elevate you, inshallah.
جزاك الله.
وإياك. Take care, Brother Umair.
Okay.
Do you have anyone else on the call?
أبيال.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Who is this?
Affan.
Affan. How are you doing, Affan?
Good.
Good to hear from you, Affan. You can start your recitation if you want.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Affan, do you want to recite after me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll recite and you recite after me, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح
إذا جاء نصر الله
والفتح
والفتح
ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا
ورأيت الناس
يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره
إنه كان توابا
إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Beautiful recitation, Affan. Beautiful.
Jazakallah. Assalamualaikum.
Jazakallah.
وإياك وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Okay, brother, Assalamu alaikum. Brother Bayu, Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام.
Is this Abian or Rahnaf?
أبيان.
Abian, mashallah. How are you, Abian?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, good to hear from you. You can start your recitation if you would like to, inshallah.
Okay. Now?
Yes, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Amazing, beautiful recitation, Abian. If you can pay attention to the word wastaghfir, the ghain is heavy and smooth, ra is light, and the ha has to be more clear. So فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره. فرح.
Good. واستغفره.
واستغفره.
Good. Again, read the whole ayah again. فَسَبِّحْ.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره.
MashaAllah. إنه
كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Beautiful recitation. Would Ahnaf like to join?
He's here. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Ahnaf. How are you?
Salam, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, good to hear from you. You can start your recitation if you would like to.
Okay.
Inshallah. إنه
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Beautiful recitation, Ahnaf. Beautiful. Is your sister also joining or no?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, okay, no problem. Say salam to your family, okay?
Okay.
Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Okay, brother Ahmed Suwailam, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, Ahmed?
Alhamdulillah. How is everything?
Alhamdulillah. I'm missing your adhan in the masjid here.
Jazakallah khair.
Oh, yeah, you can start your recitation. Bismillah. Okay, no problem. Say salam.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Beautiful recitation, Ahmed. Beautiful. May Allah reward you.
آمين. جزاك الله خير.
Ameen. وإياك. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليك السلام ورحمة الله.
Okay, do we have anyone else on the call? Okay, so whoever would like to join and recite, inshallah, and get the feedback, inshallah, you can call on the number that is on the screen. You can call on the number that you see on the top of the screen. So whoever would like to join and do you have anyone? Okay, so I'll recite the surah one more time, inshallah, in the meanwhile, while someone joins. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ismail, how are you?
You know the voice. MashaAllah.
Of course,
Alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
of course. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How's everything? How's your
How is
family?
the family? How is the baby?
Alhamdulillah, everyone is good. Alhamdulillah, everyone is doing good. Jazakallah khairan.
Alhamdulillah.
How's your family? How's everyone?
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. They are all good.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Good to hear from you, Brother Ismail. You can start your recitation, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
If you can pay attention to the word billahi, the word Allah has shadda, so billahi, not billahi, but billahi.
بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
MashaAllah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah. Beautiful recitation by Ismail. Only the word ghain was tell, if you can make it a little more heavier and smoother.
واستغفر
Was tell feed.
واستغفر.
MashaAllah, a lot better. MashaAllah, may Allah reward you.
You too.
Okay, is there anyone else joining from your side?
Sister Bibi, you're joining? Come. You ask if anyone else. Yes, Sister Bibi is here, inshallah.
Okay, MashaAllah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Sister Bibi?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Good to hear from you. You can start your recitation, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. If you can pay attention to the where you said fasabbih bihamdi, try not to stop there. Fasabbih bihamdi, try to join it. Fasabbih bihamdi, and wastaghfir, the letter ha has to be more clear. Fasabbih.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر
واستغفر
واستغفر.
MashaAllah, a lot better.
فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, beautiful recitation. May Allah reward you, Sister Bibi.
Ameen, you too.
Ameen. Keep kissing your prayers, inshallah.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, do we have anyone else on the call? Sure, inshallah, sure.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, sister?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. You can start your recitation, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
MashaAllah, beautiful recitation, sister. May Allah reward you.
Amin. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much.
Ameen. You're welcome.
Lot of mistakes. You mistakes.
Brother Adi, are you jealous? MashaAllah. May Allah reward you all. Ameen. Okay, I can recite in the meanwhile, inshallah. If anyone would like to join and call, inshallah, and recite, you can call the number that you see on top of the screen, and we'll be able to accept your call and listen to your recitation, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. Yes, the common mistakes are first the letters that are very common that people get confused in are is the letter ha and ha. Ha is pronounced using the bottom of the throat, and ha is pronounced using the middle of the throat. So the letter that we have in the word wal fath is ha, ha. So wal fath and not wal fath. The second thing. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ. The word Allah is light here, as we mentioned, because of the kasra that comes before it. So فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ and not فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ. فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ. فَسَبِّحْ again is ha from the middle of the throat. Bihamdi, ha from the middle of the throat. Wastagh, the ghain is heavy and smooth. Wastagh, not tug, but wastagh. And wastaghfir, the last letter is ha and not ra. So we have to make sure that we are pronouncing the letter ha clearly. Wastaghfir, wastaghfir. Wastaghfir. These are some common mistakes that people get confused on. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for everyone. And still, if someone would like to join, you can still call and we'll be able to accept your call and listen to your recitation. Yes. So I'll recite more inshallah in the meanwhile. Sure. Okay. As kids, we were not taught the rules of Tajweed. As kids, we were not taught the rules of Tajweed, but we were taught to recite it properly just by listening and the way to pronounce everything, just listening and practicing. That's how we were taught as kids. We were taught to recite it in the proper way, but not by teaching or learning the rules. Because as kids, it's more better to learn with a proper recitation because kids can easily catch up and it's hard for them to understand the rules. So as kids, it was easier to catch up the proper recitation. And when we grow up later on, we were taught the rules. And if it's an adult, for adults, it is more helpful if they learn it with learning the Tajweed rules at the same time. Okay, so I can recite one more time, inshallah, and if you don't have any call, we'll stop there, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. Also, there is a dua that is mentioned in the hadith that is a sunnah to recite after this surah. When someone says فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ, there's a dua سبحانك اللهم ربنا وبحمدك اللهم اغفر لي. سبحانك اللهم ربنا وبحمدك اللهم اغفر لي. This is a dua that is recommended to recite after this surah. سبحانك اللهم ربنا وبحمدك اللهم اغفر لي. Okay, so inshallah we can stop here for today. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts from us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He allows us to learn and benefit from this program, and He grants us sincerity and He makes it easy for everyone. سبحانك اللهم ربنا وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Inshallah, we'll see everyone in the next coming class, which will be on Wednesday every week at 8 o'clock, at 8 p.m. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.